Hey everyone, welcome to Let's Build a Collection, the channel where I go beyond the standard pickups and I try to tackle some of the financial aspects of gaming and collecting, such as trending and projections. In this episode, I went out to 2 different local game stores in the area to do some game hunting with my quote-unquote birthday money. I had $100 given as a gift, and then a $25 gift card for one of these stores. So let's see what kind of pickups we can do. Spoiler alert, while the first 10 games will be covered in that cost, the last is going to come from a 2026 Most Wanted list. And there's a different set of rules for that list when I do my pickups. That if I find something that's at or below market value, I've already set away the funds for this entire list for the entire year, and I just pick it up. And the number 1 pickup was found, so stay tuned. First up is Band Hero, and I actually didn't realize that this was part of the Guitar Hero set of games when I was doing a recent video on some Guitar Hero pickups. And then, lo and behold, I found this beauty for $3. It actually goes for $8, and over the last 5 years, you can see it has been pretty consistent with no significant changes. This leads me to believe that it will continue this way, as even those still for sale are on the cheap, and they're around $9 when you factor in the total sales price of tax and shipping. So if you're a fan of these kind of games, it might be worth picking it up just on the set list alone, because it has bangers such as Sugar, We're Going Down Swinging by Fall Out Boy, Dirty Little Secret from the All-American Rejects, and Love Story by Taylor Swift. It's a really solid lineup, and the price likely cannot get any better. I enjoy licensed games, and I played this originally on the PlayStation Plus subscription. Whatever their highest tier is called these days, I can't seem to keep them straight in my head without looking them up. But I've since canceled all of my PlayStation Plus. Their greed is just way too strong and anti-consumer these days for me. But, I'll probably be back sometime in the future for some reason. But yeah, this is where I played it, and I enjoyed it. I thought it was well done for a movie tie-in game. Not the best, but absolutely fine. And I enjoyed the movie too. So anyways, I just picked it up for $8 and it goes for $13. You can see here that it's been pretty flat over the last 5 years, and sold listings have been in the same ballpark, so I really don't see this changing by more than $1 either way for the foreseeable future. Sticking with licensed games, I picked up Falling Skies, which is tied to the TV show of the same name. I never watched the show, and picking this up for $3 feels more like a rental than a purchase. It goes for $6, and you can see the slightest of growth trends on this game over the last 5 years, but it has recently dropped. I think it's a slight correction before going higher, because if you look back at 2021 on this chart, you'll see similar behavior happened, and then any other corrected itself right where it left off. I think this one is poised to increase in value up to around maybe $8 on the low end to $11 on the high end after the correction completes itself. If we take that same approach that happened in 2021, that is, and assume a similar pattern. Someone remember this and let me know in a comment after December 2026 and how we're doing with this one. I finally bit the bullet and picked up Journey Collector's Edition. I've heard enough people saying how amazing this game is, and every year around November or December, I really crave a slow and calm game. And that time of year, it's just really hectic, so that's nice to have. I paid $16 for it, and it goes for $16 too. Over the last 5 years, this has had a downward trend, as you can see from the chart, but over the last 6 months, it's started back up again. Slowly, but surely, it's had a 17% gain from the first half of 2026. Right now, we're gearing up to be over $18 by the end of the year if the current trend continues. You might think this is one that might shoot up if the PlayStation Store were to shut down, but there is a PS4 version too, and usually when there's a cross-gen sale like that, it kind of limits the ceiling for the games on the previous generation. There just isn't a physical copy for the PS4, so it might have more legs than the average game in that situation. Either way, I see growth in the future, so take that as you will. Before we get on to the next crazy title, and it's crazy, trust me, I'd appreciate a like and a sub. It's the only way that we're going to beat the algorithm final boss, and unfortunately my summons are on cooldown, so I could really use your help with this. Thanks. Now let's get back to the games. Here's the PS3 game I was most excited to pick up, just because it's so weird. It's Fairy Tail Fights. You take on the role of various fairy tale heroes, and you live their crazy, bloody, violent stories. When I was in college, I was a huge fan of this web series called Happy Tree Friends. Comment if you know that one. Fairy Tail Fights reminds me a lot of that. I picked this up for $6, and it goes for closer to $15. You can see over the last 5 years, the game has been overall flat, with a dip in the middle, but ever since October of 2025, it's been rising. October 2025. I wonder where I have ever heard of that before. Surely it's a coincidence that so many games increased in value around October of 2025 through January of 2026, right? Right. If trends continue like this, we're talking about a $19 to $20 game by the end of the year. At this time, though, I think this is one that you need to keep your eye out on if you have any interest in it too. I recently did a pickup on some Guitar Hero games, as previously noted, and for whatever reason, I keep forgetting that the Rock Band series exists, and that my Hyperkin guitar can play these too. So here I found the Green Day Rock Band. Picked it up for $16, and over the last 5 years, the game has almost exactly doubled in value. Though over the last 18 months, the game has been almost perfectly flat. I think we're still in that holding pattern of being flat. What I feel holds these games back, though, are the high cost of accessories. You either have them or you don't, and if you don't, you likely don't have the games because it limits you completely from being able to play it. It limits that market of available buyers immensely, and I feel this game is going to hover right around $20 price point for a while, and the only reason to get it now is if you're a Green Day fan or just completing your Guitar Gear, not Guitar Hero, your guitar game collection, and honestly, that's how it should be in my opinion. Up next is Ridge Racers Unbounded. I don't have any experience with this particular game specifically, but I played a Ridge Racer game on the original PlayStation and the PS2 and enjoyed the series enough to want to pick up others, so here we are. I paid $12, it goes for $20. You can see from the chart that the game is more or less flat for the last 5 years, the entire time. There's also some dips and increases, but overall just flat. Nothing significant here. It's not a big seller, so the chances of that fluctuating quickly are pretty low. If you're a fan of the series, I'd pick it up, sure, but it's not one that I expect to be financially interesting in the near future. Now, speaking of interesting, here's one for you. It's Kick-Ass 2. Did you even know that this existed? My PAL collector friends might know about this, but those of us in North America likely do not. This was a PAL release only, and I have no idea why. But I paid a whopping $32 for this, and if you're counting, I think I'm up to $96 spent now, and I still have 2 more plus that bonus Most Wanted game. It also goes for $32, so look at that. It's also been generally flat for the last 5 years. And oh my, what's that? Q4 2025. Wham! Confidently shooting straight up like that, like that's its job. Just like so many others, it went from $19 to $33 in the blink of an eye. And with so few sales too. I guess with so few sales, any one sale could cause it to adjust heavily, but it does follow that trend of Q4 2025. These last 2 are sports games, and I don't normally pick up sports games, but they're different for different reasons. This is NHL Legacy Edition, and upon finding it, I wasn't even aware of this being NHL 16. On the PS3, they called it the Legacy Edition, but it doesn't have a year tied to it. I thought that was really odd. Let me grab that. I've never seen it before, thank you. 99 cents. Why not? It's loose. Big deal. It's a sports title, right? Nobody told me, though, that it was a $13 loose title or $16 CIB. So I tried it out and it was genuinely good. Good enough that I want to hunt down a case for it. And again, this game has seen an increase since, you guessed it, Q4 of 2025. This is on track to grow to maybe $18 by the end of the year at the current pattern. A sports title. Will it? I have no idea. The final game is MLB 13 The Show. Another 99-cent pickup. This time with the case, and I'm assuming no manual, since the inside cover has the controls for the game. Now, why did I get this? Because it has Andrew McCutchen on the front cover. That's literally the only reason. I keep one of every sports title per console, and for the PS3, I chose 2013 as the one I wanted to keep for Kutch. And by one of every title, I just mean one of every genre. I don't keep every MLB game. This is the only one that I wanted to keep. Now for Kutch, though, I've seen him play. I've actually been around him in public when he was out in the same places that I was, and every single experience, I've just found that he was a genuinely really good guy. So I'm really happy to have this represent my MLB offering on the PS3. You can see the pricing has been flat for the last 5 years, and I doubt it'll ever really go up. At all. And I certainly don't even care. I have my reasons for wanting this, and that's all I care about. So with that, I believe, if my math is correct, $98 on these 10 games. The last game is Diablo on the PlayStation. And while I did not have this particular copy originally, I did play it on the PC religiously on my old Pentium 133 MHz computer with 24 gigabytes of memory and no real graphics card of quality. It's just whatever could output some video. I love Diablo. The first one is so brutal and punishing, and how a 14-year-old me was able to beat the game multiple times is beyond me, because I have tried playing it and I got my butt handed to me on the original on PC. And then I even emulated this on my handheld for the PlayStation, and I got roasted there too. But an absolute amazing find. This was $120, and it's my number one spot on my 10 most wanted games of 2026 list, where I think I have 6 to go. The game has seen roughly 20% growth over the last 5 years and 31% growth over the last 6 months. And yeah, I was looking for this last year. I could just never find it. I hate knowing that it was cheaper before I found it, but what can you do other than not buy it and watch it go up again, right? So I'm super excited to have this in the collection, and one that I am 100% going to be playing. So that was a pretty awesome birthday pickup. Nothing too crazy other than Diablo, and it only seemed fitting to find the number one pickup during the birthday hunt. I don't normally celebrate my birthday much anymore, but I just thought this would be a fun experience to do if I was going hunting anyways. I hope you were entertained in the video, or maybe learned something, and I look forward to talking with you again on the next episode of Let's Build a Collection.